Hello, 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 everyone, to all our followers at Film Law Firm. Here we are again. Hi, Attorney Pam. How have you been?
Pretty much okay.
Yeah, so we're done with our Friday consultation, and we're taking the time to talk to our followers regarding the recent updates in the
Mhm.
Trump administration regarding immigration orders. So um, I'd like to share this video portion of our president's inaugural speech for those who are not familiar. And this speech portion affects everyone who are not yet US citizens, even the green card holders in the US. So I'd like us to discuss some tips that may be able to help you calm down and at least get ready and prepare for this uncertain time.
All illegal entry will immediately be halted, and we will begin the process of returning millions and millions of criminal aliens back to the places from which they came. We will reinstate my Remain in Mexico policy. I will end the practice of catch and release. And I will send troops to the southern border to repel the disastrous invasion of our country. Under the orders I signed today, we will also be designating the cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. And by invoking the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, I will direct our government to use the full and immense power of federal and state law enforcement to eliminate the presence of all foreign gangs and criminal networks, bringing devastating crime to U.S. soil, including our cities and inner cities. As Commander in Chief, I have no higher responsibility than to defend our country from threats and invasions, and that is exactly what I am going to do. We will do it at a level that nobody's ever seen before. Next, I will direct all members of my cabinet to marshal President Clinton, President Bush.
So, yeah, as what the president has declared that he is
Mhm.
prioritizing the protection of the Americans in the US soil. That's really technically the thrust of his immigration policies. And as what we had been facing in our consultations this past week, we have a lot of non-immigrants who are very worried with their situation, even those who are already in a permanent residency status. And we are wanting to give you some tips today to at least let you know what are your rights. Yes, you have rights. Even non-immigrants, undocumented, and permanent residents in the U.S., you have rights under the U.S. Constitution.
Mhm. That's true. Okay.
So I'd like to share here our tips that you can use whenever you have an
Okay.
encounter with the ICE.
Okay.
So knowledge is power. So therefore, when you know your rights in these uncertain times, especially with your status in immigration, you'll be able to handle yourself better and not put you in a deeper uh, problematic situation because of misrepresentations or adverse reactions in case you have some encounter with the ICE. And here at Philam Law Firm, our goal is to help you in your journey to stay in the US in a legal manner. And if in case you have some violations or inadmissibility, we will help assess if you still have path for legal immigration. And that is a case-to-case basis. So in the meantime, what will you do if you face the ICE? First,
Yeah.
Attorney Pam?
You have the right to remain silent. So you have to say that you have to clearly say that you are exercising your right to remain silent and would like to speak to your attorney. So you have to say this line very clearly when they come knocking at your door and they start asking you questions.
It is important that we emphasize these words. It may not be exact the same words, but the message should be conveyed that you would like to exercise your right to remain silent and you would like to speak with your attorney. What is the reason why you have to say that aloud? So that later on, when you go through the immigration proceedings, you will be able to testify to say that despite your statement that you will want to exercise your right to remain silent, meaning you don't want to answer any more questions and you'd like to speak to the attorney, but the ICE officers did not respect that. That could be a ground that will be favoring you in your proceedings because that's a constitutional right that
Mhm.
the ICE officers or members of the ICE team had violated against you.
That's important because you should not just keep quiet. You have to say that you are exercising your rights. Keeping quiet is not going to invoke that right. It's not going to clearly state or indicate that. So if later on they find something against you or anything, you cannot object and you cannot say like I didn't do that or I didn't say that because you did not ask for that right. You did not tell them of that right. So you have to speak up that you are exercising your right to remain silent.
That's a very good point because some they would say, "Oh, I did not say anything anyway, so
Mm.
why would they use it against me?" Yes, you did not say anything, but you failed to invoke. When you say invoke, you said these words that the ICE people can hear, and they were not able to give you that opportunity to respect that right.
Oo.
Okay, then
Sa ano sa ating before we proceed sa ating mga kapwa Pilipino diyan. So kung yung ibig sabihin nito, kailangan yung sabihin na you are kailangan yung sabihin na hindi lang kayo tatahimik sa tabi-tabi diyan kung meron ng ICE na papasok sa bahay nyo. So sabihin nyo, mag-exercise ako ng ano ko, karapatan kong na magiging tahimik. So you have to say that English po, hindi Tagalog po. Kailangan nyo in English. So sabihin nyo na, eto ganito, I am exercising my right to remain silent and I would like to speak to my attorney. So kailangan yung sabihing linya na yan o yung equivalent niyan na
yes,
halimbawa
that's
ng
why
ganyan.
that's a good point. That's why we put this para kopyahin nyo na lang to, i-memorize nyo. You can get a copy of this or just write it down and you just memorize it. It's
O yan
simple.
lang,
I am exercising
pwede,
my right to remain
Attorney Jen,
silent and would like to speak with my
pwede
attorney.
nilang kopyahin tapos i-paste nila sa likod ng ano nila, ng pinto para
Oo,
alala
tama.
rin. Oo,
In
alala.
case,
Pagbukas, ito pala, teka lang ha.
yes, basahin nyo na lang po.
Oo.
Kasi pag nagpapanik kayo, baka hindi nyo na rin maalala yung sasabihin nyo. It's
Mm.
also good to have this written. Itong aming material, pwede nyo po itong i-download or nasa Facebook ko namin ito. Ilalagay namin yung link dito para ma-save nyo sa PDF. Pwede nyong i-print kung hindi nyo makopya. Para nandun lang siya. Babasahin nyo lang pag nandyan na yung sitwasyon. Sana naman wag muna or wala muna. But whenever you're confronted with that situation, you should have this ready for you to read.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so what other right do you have? So you have the right to ask for an ID, an identification card, because anyone or someone can just pretend that they're ICE officers. So you also have the right to ask whoever is asking, if they're representing themselves as ICE. You can do it respectfully. Sir, may I ask for your ID to really know that you're an ICE officers? Usually they have their badges and they have their IDs with their photos that specifies they are from the ICE office. So
Oo.
you could readily see it.
Oo. One more thing
And
pala na paalala. When we are asking na you ask for the ID, wag lang ho kayong mag-ask. You just don't ask. You read. Who are the names of these people? You take note kung sino yung
mm,
nasa ID na yan. You double check kung minsan natataranta na po tayo, hindi na po natin tinitingnan yung photo sa ID tsaka mukha ng tao. So, kung minsan baka falsified naman yung ID, hindi nagtutugma yung picture tsaka picture ng taong nagbibigay sa inyo. So, you have to be mindful of that also.
yeah, and you can also take down the name. You can respectfully say, can you please give me a moment? I'll just take down your name so
Mm-mm.
that I have it on my record that you're the ICE officer that came over here. And I can show it to my attorney later on. And if they don't want to do that, you can refuse. You don't have to let them inside your house. Or if you're somewhere in the open, in the public places, you're free to leave. They cannot stop
Mhm.
you from conversing with them or answering their questions if you are not in the honest belief that they are the ICE officers as they represented. Because as part
Oo.
of their training, they're also instructed to represent themselves and show their IDs that they
Oo.
are ICE officers.
The other thing din po, kailangan nyo pong sabihin na na mag-refuse kayo ng entry, na ayaw nyo silang papasukin. You have to be clear, wag nyo lang ho isira yung pinto na ganon. Kasi sabihin nyo na, wala, I don't believe that your ID, I refuse to let you enter my house. You have to indicate din po, kasi baka po lalabas na natataranta kayo o may tinatago ho kayo kasi you just close the door right there and then sabihin nyo po na I refuse to let you enter my house. Yun lang.
Yeah, because you don't present an ID, because you refuse my request that you
Oo.
should show
Oo.
me your ID and identify yourself as the proper ICE officer.
Oo.
And you have to be clear with that because you don't want them to misunderstand that you're resisting arrest or you're resisting a
Yeah.
search.
Mm-mm.
Because everything in your panic mode, you should be able to be still calm and respectful because you don't want to come across as fighting against the authorities.
Mm-mm.
What's the next right? You also
Yeah.
have the right.
Yeah, the right to refuse entry. Kanina, refuse entry. When only open your door if the I shows a valid judge-signed warrant. If not, say, I do not allow you to enter my house. Yung kanina na sinasabi namin, na aside from the ID po, meron silang warrant na dadalhin at ipapakita sa inyo. Kailangan nyo pong basahin kung anong nakalagay sa warrant. Make sure, take time po. Hindi naman ho kayo minamadali ng ICE if they are really the ICE na pupunta. They will take time and let you read what's in the warrant po. So, kung wala silang maibigay sa inyo na valid warrant, hindi nyo po kailangan na papasukin sila sa bahay nyo. At sabihin nyo rin yan na kaya wala kayong warrant, ayaw ko kayong papasukin sa bahay ko.
And also make sure that the warrant that you are reading is from as federal judge, an immigration court, federal judge that says that this warrant is for the search of your home, a particular place where you are living. And it should not be in a different address. It should be very particular about your place. So those are two things you need counter check. It's signed by a federal judge, not by the ICE office, because that's not the valid warrant that will allow them to enter and search your house. And then number two, it specifies this particular place where you're living in.
Yung address.
And number four, you also have the right to talk to an attorney. So, granting with all the rights that you have already exercised, yung rights 1 to 3 natin, and the ICE eventually was able to detain you because they believe that there's a reason for you to be detained, immediately ask your relatives or kung sino man yung close sa inyo, everyone who knows your situation that you trust so much, to contact an attorney before signing or deciding on anything or agreeing on any statement that the ICE is asking you to agree to. And on our part, Philam Law Firm, we are Filipino-American lawyers for our kababayans there, if you're not comfortable with any other lawyers who do not
Oo.
speak our language or understand our culture, you can contact us. We will be happy to help you. And for all other non-Filipino immigrants, we also speak English. We are raised here. We are familiar with the U.S. Culture. We are all U.S. citizens. We can also help you. We speak the language. So, however, is it comfortable with all of you? You just want tell the ICE that you want to talk to your lawyer first before you do anything else if you are detained.
Mm. Have those numbers ready sa refrigerator nyo. Kung sino yung point of contact nyo na the person na that you trusted. Kung sino yon, have them ready yung mga phone numbers nila sa refrigerator or sa likod ng pinto. Same with your
Yeah.
attorney, have them ready po. So in case something happens, pwede mong sabihan yung kasama nyo sa bahay o kung sino man yung trusted person nyo, tawagan mo po si attorney kung pwede, ganon. So readily available na yung number.
And also, you have to insist. If ICE would tell you, no, you cannot call, you have the right. You have to right to call and be able to talk at least once to your attorney as soon as you are detained. So you have to insist that. Otherwise, it will be a violation of your constitutional right to. And our next right
Oo.
is
Stay
you stay
calm.
calm
Mm-mm.
and document the encounter.
Yes
If
po.
detained by ICE, contact an attorney before signing or deciding on anything.
Mm-mm.
So just like the other one, you need to take note who are the people who are arresting you. When did it happen? You answer the what, who, when, where,
Mm.
and how.
Mm-mm.
Kasi that will be very important when you are already litigated in the immigration court because the manner on how you were arrested, the reasons that they said why you are being arrested, where you were arrested, that will all determine the validity of your arrest. And
Mm.
when your lawyer is able to question that the arrest was not valid, it would be a very good defense on your part. So it's
Mm.
important to have a presence of mind and take note of the situation. You might not have a pen or anything, but be very aware of what's going on. It's hard to stay calm and not panic when you are in an uncertain situation and faced by an authority. But right now that we have advised you, keep it in mind because it will greatly help you during your immigration proceedings once you understand all the details. Because we have heard a lot of those who were arrested that they were badly treated, unnecessary force were being enforced. They were not given the right to speak to an attorney. They were not advised of their rights to remain silent and to talk to
Mm-mm.
an attorney. These are very important matters that we can raise during your removal proceedings.
And I think siguro, Attorney Jane, yung pinaka-importante sa lahat, no? If you have cases na or meron kayong matter with immigration, it's better po to speak to an immigration attorney to assess po kung ano talaga yung status ng case nyo. Ano ba yung nasaan na ba yung case nyo, ano ba yung status. Kasi po baka nagpapanik kayo dyan na hindi naman pala ganun kagrabe na pwede naman palang remedyohan in a sense na meron kayong legal pathway moving forward. So, baka nagsistress na kayo dyan. So, it's much better na mag-usap po kayo sa immigration attorney para malaman nyo kung ano talaga. And then, kung ano man yun, you know kung nasaan yung katayuan nyo, alam nyo yung yung rights nyo, so you will be able to address calmly kung ano yung nasa harap nyo pag meron ng ICE na kumakatok sa pinto nyo.
Yes, I agree with that because just like in any uncertain scenario, being able to know your situation is your best
Mm-mm.
weapon right now. Where
Oo.
you stand, what your
Mm.
rights are, what are your limitations, and what are the things that you might be guilty with. It's good that you are able to
Mm.
set an appointment with an immigration lawyer and just have an initial conversation of where you stand right now during your immigration journey. It's okay
Oo.
to be candid about your situation because attorneys are protected by the attorney-client privilege even during the initial consultation. So don't be scared na, oh, I don't want to consult an attorney kasi they might tell the ICE that, I have this same situation. No, we cannot do that. You are protected with your rights between the attorney-client relationship privilege, and you you are we are not supposed to say anything about what you have consulted with us. So your story is safe with us.
Oh.
Okay,
Okay.
next. So if you are arrested, you have the right to know why.
Importante yan.
So if ICE arrests you, they must explain the reason and the charges. You can request for a hearing with an immigration judge eventually after you are detained. So in the current scenario, what could be the valid reasons or charges that the ICE can have against you to justify a valid arrest? Of course, usually they may come with an arrest warrant signed by a federal judge, so that will specify the reasons and the charges against you and why the warrant is being issued. You should be able to read it there. And the ICE officers, before they arrest you physically, they are supposed to tell you, they are required to tell you that you are arrested for violation of the immigration rules, for example, for entering the country without any legal papers, or for overstaying your visa, or some are because of a criminal conviction which is making them deportable, or there is already a final order of deportation and you're still here. So those are some kinds of the reasons that the ICE officers should tell you if that applies to your situation. Whatever it is, they have the obligation to tell you why they are arresting you. They cannot simply say that, no, I'm going to arrest you because you look Filipino and you're not a US citizen. Those are not valid reasons.
Hindi
Or
yan.
you are out here and you're loitering around. That's not a valid reason, especially for the ICE officers to arrest you.
Yung another thing na I think very important sa mga kababayan natin, kung meron ho kayong hindi naiintindihan sa sinasabi ng ICE po, sabihin nyo sa kanila na hindi nyo naiintindihan para i-explain ho nila ng maigi sa inyo. Makakatulong din po kung meron kayong kasambahay na marunong na mag-explain o mag-explain sa inyo kung anong sinasabi ng ICE. So mas mabuti din yun o mag-translate sa inyo. Pero tatanungin niyo muna sila na sabihin niyo na kung pwede ba i-explain mo sa akin, hindi ko maintindihan ng mabuti. Ganun yun. Para maintindihan niyo po, yung pinaka-importante hong bagay is maintindihan niyo kung ano yung nakalagay doon. So kung marunong naman ho kayo, kumbaga makapagbasa naman ho kayo ng nakalagay sa warrant, basahin niyo ng maigi. I-check niyo ho lahat ng detalye. Kasi kung minsan meron namang arrest warrant na hindi naman tugma yung address, baka sa kabilang unit sila kumatok, parang gano'n. There are times po na nagkakamali din ho yung tao. So meron ding instances na baka sa kabilang unit sila sana pupunta, kumatok sila sa bahay nyo. So kayo naman natataranta, ba't merong ICE dito sa pintuan ko, wala naman akong ginagawa. So mas mabuti ho na basahin nyo yung address at saka pangalan, kasi sabihin nyo, ay, excuse me sir, this is not the correct address. You should go to the next door. Yan. So kalma lang ho, don't get carried away, don't be scared. Read the whatever is in front of you, kahit ID ho yun, ID, pangalan, just be mindful of everything that's going on around you.
Yeah, and I also would like to dispel, these common videos that, is rampant in the social media right now or in the news, where the ICE officers, they look, well armed and ready to fight. But you have to understand that most of the people right now, that are priorities of the deportation proceedings or arrests, are those who are already criminally convicted. Sila they have been on the watch of these ICE officers, and they've been wanting to arrest these people because they really have criminal convictions. So that's why, because these are criminal elements, the ICE officers owe it to themselves to be safe also that they're armed, but
Mm-mm.
they don't usually and not necessarily have to impose, strength in front of a normal conversation when they are just trying to
Mm-mm.
serve a warrant or
Mm-mm.
search a place. So just like what Attorney Pam is saying, it is okay to engage in a conversation, in a
Oo.
civil and calm and inquiring conversation with the eyes. And they will, and they should be glad to explain to you the reasons why they're there in
Mm-mm.
your presence, in your home, why they are there talking to you regarding an arrest, for example, or a warrant.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Know the
also,
rights of your family members. So, hindi lang ho sa inyo, yung kapamilya nyo din ho. Kailangan nyo ho malaman din yung mga karapatan nila. Your family has the rights too. They don't have to answer ICE or open the door without warrant. So, kung ano yung naririnig nyo dito sa video na ito, you can share it with your family members o kapamilya nyo. So, para alam din nila kung anong gagawin. Kasi kung minsan, kayo lang ho nang nanonood ng video, yung kapamilya nyo ho may ibang ginagawa at hindi nila lalalaman na pwede palang ganito o ganito pala. Yun. So, let them know din po kung ano yung mga rights nila. So, sila din po tawag nito, armed din po ng knowledge na, pwede pala yan. Ganon.
yes, it's also good to emphasize that actually who are scared right now are not just necessarily the non-immigrant person himself, but also the US citizen family members
Mm-mm.
of these non-immigrants who are getting this scare, because of course immigration is intertwined with families. The reason why we have immigration is because families want to be together in the US. So if you are a US citizen and you know the language, you owe it to yourself to understand these rights so that you can explain it to your non-English speaking spouse or family member or friends, and explain to them in a way that they can understand. So that in that manner, when you equip yourself with knowledge as a US citizen with family members who are non-immigrants,
Mm-mm.
you also are able to help calm them down and explain to them where they stand. And mind you, there are a lot of other news items that are saying that even US citizens are being arrested simply because they
Mm-mm.
don't fit, the
Yeah.
format, the faces of a typical American. So
Mm.
you yourself should also know this because it might happen to you. Because
Oo.
these rights that we are discussing are not just for US citizens, they apply to everyone within the US soil. This is
Mm.
guaranteed by the US Constitution. So as a US citizen, it's also helpful that you know this and explain this to all your family members. So
Mm.
just like the non-immigrant who might be the subject of these immigration proceedings, you as a family member also have the right not to answer ICE
Mm.
or to open the door without a warrant.
Oo. That's very true po. Kasi po kung minsan tayo po yung nauna na nakabukas ng pinto, wala naman ho tayong kung minsan hindi natin nalalaman na meron palang rights yung kasambahay natin. Nauna na ho tayo sa pinto, binuksan na po natin yung pinto. So, kailangan po alam din natin kung anong gagawin in case na mangyari yon sa ating, in front of our homes, sa, mga kasambahay natin. So if we're living with somebody, you have to know also what you can do to help them. Ayan.
Oh, and before we proceed to the last slide, it is also going to be helpful as a tip to all our non-immigrants and even our citizens here, that because the ICE operations is everywhere right now, and
Mm-mm.
as human beings, they might also be subject to errors. It would be helpful if you carry around with you at least copies of your immigration status. Like if you have
Okay.
your green card, bring a copy of your green card, your
Mm-mm.
passport if you are a US citizen. If you're a non-immigrant, you can bring copies of your notice of receipts from the USIS if you still have a
Mm-mm.
pending
Case.
status.
Oo.
They haven't decided yet. That will show actually the ICE officers that you have submitted yourself to the U.S. Immigration Authority, and that you still have you're still waiting for a final determination, for example, of your adjustment of
Mm-mm.
status, of your application for a visa extension,
Mm-mm.
or for those who are being petitioned by their relative who are U.S. citizens. It's good to have them there too.
Mm-mm.
And of course, your identity, your if you have a driver license or your state IDs, it's also
Mm-mm.
good to have them because just like what Attorney Pama said, there might be some mistaken identity.
Oo.
And at least
Nangyayari
if you have
yun.
your address ready with you with your ID, you can tell them, oh, I'm sorry, that's Juan de la Cruz, but I am Juan C. de la Cruz. Sometimes it's
Oo,
just the
oo.
middle name that's a
O
big
or or
difference.
or Juan C. de la Cruz Jr. May
Yes,
junior. Oo.
yes.
So yun.
So
So it's
in all of this, we just have all to be very proactive with preparing ourselves and equipping ourselves with the right documents that we can present readily and um, information that you can use so you can deal with the ICE in a
mm,
very calm manner. And for those who are really in a dire situation when indeed you are really deportable, if I may add, it's also good to also have a conversation with your family, especially if you have younger children or elderlies that you are attending to. It's better to coordinate properly so that when ICE comes to you, someone can take over your roles, especially if, for example, if you have to pick up your children and you're suddenly detained, who's going to take over these children's care? Or if you have elderlies in the house who are relying for your support, who will go to go to them and take care of them in the meantime that you're in detention, because that's going to be a very long process. And
okay.
also, who are your trusted friends or family members who can hold your documents for you, so that when it's time for your lawyer
Mm,
to talk with you, these friends or family members can bring these documents and help equip your
mm,
attorneys to help defend you better. So these
oo.
are just simple tips that, when you are able to prepare, can help lessen the stress and the anxiety that
I
comes
think
with this difficult situation.
I think siguro Attorney J, another thing is we have free consultations po. Libre ho yan. Hindi ho kami humihingi ng credit card number. Libre ho yan yung mga consultations namin. If you want us to explain po kung ano yung mga cases nyo, ano yung status nyo, pwede ho yan. Tumawag lang ho sa amin and then let us know kung ano yung case. So para matulungan din ho kayo namin, we can check kung nandun talaga o hindi, o ano yung ibig sabihin ng mga papeles na hinahawakan nyo. So we can explain it to you para ho kayo naman, panatag yung loob nyo, hindi pala, akala ko ganito, hindi pala. So you can you can have a peace of mind din na those documents are, hindi siya detrimental sa status nyo. For all you know po, hindi ho related yung iniisip nyo. Notice lang pala. Kasi
Oh
most of
yes,
the time
attorney,
po,
I feel
oo.
so bad with that lady that we consulted earlier, that
Mm,
she had been
mm.
stressed. We are not talking about what other immigration lawyers are saying, but just for example, this classic example that we had, somebody consulted with us, and for whatever reasons there was some advice from immigration lawyers that caused her to panic more. And when we pried deeper into her situation, the way we saw it,
Mm.
the notice that she received was actually just a standard format when the USIS denies your
Oo.
petition or your application, that it says like you are already out of status and you
Yeah.
are advised to voluntarily leave the
Yeah.
US in
Mm,
30 days. That's standard, but that itself doesn't
mm.
really say that you are already a deportable person, because you can still
Oo.
go through the immigration proceedings and
Mm.
explain why you should not
Mm.
be deported.
Mm.
That's part of your due process, right? So when she was able to talk with us, like she and her husband was able to breathe a little bit better, because for
Oo.
her, the advice to her was you should move now so that the ICE could not find you. And then
Oo.
poor couple, they moved to another house, in within a span of 1 day, and for
Oo.
no reason at all. So these are some examples of what Attorney Pam is saying, that
Mm.
it pays if you talk to us, explain to us what happened, and
Mm.
we can give you our opinion that that's not really an urgent matter right now. You're not one of those who are really
Mm.
the particular targets of the mass deportation proceedings, because you are not yet at that stage where there is already a final deportation
Mm.
order to you.
Oo.
Every case is different. That's why we have opened our free legal consultation slots Monday to Friday. And
Mm.
for the whole Friday, we have allotted our time for free consultations. And Monday to Thursday, you can consult with us with some limited time in the afternoon. So if you want to do that,
Mhm.
this is our contact detail here at the bottom of the screen. You can email info@philamlawfirm.com, or call
Mm.
941-263-8130, or go to our website, philamlawfirm.com, or our Facebook is also Philam Law Firm, because we're here to advise you where you stand. We are not here to, you know, make you more afraid. We're here to listen to your story and tell you candidly that under your rights as a non-immigrant, or a family of a non-immigrant, you can still go through the legal proceedings
Mm.
and cure,
Mm.
in some particular circumstances, the grounds for inadmissibility.
Oo.
So I think that's all for today. And we
Mm.
hope that we're able to share you some useful information and valuable
Mm.
tips that can help you and your family in this new administration's drive for
Oo.
immigration deportations. And yeah, please reach out to us.
Mm. Tawag lang po. Tawag lang po at mag-usap tayo.
Okay, thank you so much. And you have a good night and good weekend. We hope to see you again next week for our additional videos regarding immigration topics. Bye.
Bye.
And I'm Attorney Jane Dixon.
And I'm Pam Polka.
We are your pro family immigration attorneys.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.